Hot girls raised a Tamagotchi as a kid, okay? Hey guys, it's Amanda, welcome back. Today I'm doing my September plan with me and bullet journal setup. Personally, I love when September comes around because fall is my favorite season. I feel like it also lends itself to journaling more, just like staying inside, cozy night. September's also very big for me because it's kind of the start of Doodle Planner launch season. You guys know we launch the Doodle Planner every year in October, so this month is always really big for us in terms of preparation and planning. And me and my team have been working really hard to make sure that that's all ready to go and out for you guys. If you are a Doodle Planner user, make sure you keep an eye out because this year is next level and I just can't wait for you guys to finally see everything. Anyway, for now, let me just talk about the September setup that you see me creating. Despite me being excited for fall and September and everything, I actually had no clue about what theme I wanted to do, but I hopped on a Twitch live stream at the end of the month, which I always love doing because we can kind of bounce ideas off of each other, and you guys always enhance the ideas that I have. Like, I'll dip a toe into a little topic and then someone will suggest something in the chat that kind of takes it one step further, so I love doing these on stream. So this particular theme was actually a theme suggestion from a viewer in the chat, and it is a Tamagotchi theme. This might be niche, and honestly there might be some of you guys who don't even know what a Tamagotchi is and might not have even been alive when they were out, but because of the uprising of nostalgia core and the trinket girlies and enthusiasts on the rise with Sunny's Angels, Sylvanian families, and Tamagotchis, I just really wanted to create a bullet journal theme out of this. So for those of you who don't know what Tamagotchis are, it was a Japanese toy in the early 2000s, maybe 90s. I'm not exactly sure when they were invented, but it was a little Japanese toy. It was shaped like an egg, and you would basically just raise this little egg on the screen and it would hatch. You have to feed it, play with it. They took over by storm in America as well. People would have their Tamagotchis carried on them. I had a Tamagotchi. I still own the original Tamagotchi that I had as a kid. This is she. I remember carrying this thing on me. I loved her like my own child, despite how difficult it was to keep her alive. It was like a full-time job keeping my Tamagotchi alive. The reason I thought it'd be a good bullet journal theme is because I've seen a lot of people bring back Tamagotchis, and I've also seen a lot of illustrations from Tamagotchi. It's kind of similar to like Sanrio or Pokemon or Disney, where in Japan, where they just have a lot of illustrations, comic books with these Tamagotchi characters. I just love the aesthetic of Tamagotchi. They're these cute little, almost derpy looking characters, and I wanted to put that in my journal spread because these little things sparked so much joy for me as a child. I don't know, currently I'm in the business of fulfilling my inner child, so that's just what I've been doing a lot, I think, with my journal themes this year. For the cover page, I took a lot of inspiration from these little Tamagotchi manga comic book illustrations that I saw online. I think they were actually released in Japan, but I just really liked this whole like Y2K magazine manga comic book cover style, because something I also remember doing a lot as a child is going to the public library, using my little library card and taking out manga and comic books and graphic novels. That was something I loved doing. Maybe one of these days I will do like a full anime or manga theme, because that is truly what got me into drawing and art as a kid. I would just draw fan art or manga posted on DeviantArt. The fact that that has translated into this, I don't know, it's kind of a nice little nod to me as a little artistic child. I noticed for a lot of the official Tamagotchi illustrations, instead of using black outlines for the characters, they actually used navy blue, which I love. This has been a recent thing of mine, I think, within the past year or so. In my bullet journal illustrations, I barely ever use black fine liners for the doodles, and it's been a really fun change in terms of like drawing style. I used the Crayola Super Tips navy color to use that as an outline, and then honestly just use Crayola Super Tips for most of the colors on this cover page. Also added to the whole like nostalgia-ness of this theme because I was just using like Crayola markers the Crayola markers that I would have used as a kid as well to create this cover page. The one that I have a soft spot in my heart for is the one that I put in the center because that's the one that I remember when I was a kid. Added all the other characters that I really liked around it, as well as little heart doodles, flower doodles. The main title header of this cover page was probably the thing that took me the longest to create because it took a lot of iterations and it was definitely a trust the process moment. Started out with different colors, different style of lettering, and then I created one on stream, but then I didn't like how it looked. I actually did cut out a patch of paper and placed it on top and then kind of fixed it. But I did make it this quirky like lettering style that had a lot of outlines and comic style starbursts. It reminded me of the titles and headers for obviously Tamagotchi, but also Pokemon, which is another thing that I loved as a kid. So yeah, that was for the title. And then I just filled in the rest with my little washi tapes that I thought matched the color palette. I actually had so much fun making this cover page and just doodling Tamagotchis because I also just went on rabbit holes online of like looking at the new versions of Tamagotchis and all of this. So maybe I'll revive that Tamagotchi and put some batteries in it. Before we move on, I wanted to take this time to quickly give a shout out to Notability, who is a sponsor of this part of the video. Notability is a note-taking app that I use. If you happen to have our digital doodle planner, or if you're going to get it for next year, our digital doodle planner is compatible with Notability. You can just import it right in and color in all of our doodles. You can tap around, it's all hyperlinked. I also use it to sketch and pre-plan ideas for products or for illustrations or design. I know a lot of you guys are going back to school in the fall as well, so if you're looking for a new note-taking app, they have a lot of really cool features that I think are great for students, like the audio recording feature, so you can record lectures. So if you guys are interested in Notability, I have a special deal for the little doodles, which I'll include here as well as in the link below. Thank you, Notability. They are great, so check them out. On the other side of the cover page, I wanted to create a little monthly overview spread, just a small one, because September and October are always so crazy busy for me. Recently, I've been switching over to a lot more digital productivity apps because I'm able to communicate with my team, share links and all of that, so that's why I use apps like Notability, but I still like to have a monthly overview in my personal bullet journal. I found this navy blue grid paper that really matched the navy outlines of the illustrations. I thought it was so cute because also the grids kind of look like the pixels of the Tamagotchi, kind of gives it that like Y2K little cyber nostalgia vibe as well. So I cut that out, put it entirely on the spread across from the cover page, and honestly for this spread I just like threw on a TV show in front of me and I started doodling an actual Tamagotchi egg device, and then on top of that I drew out a calendar on a separate piece of white dot grid paper and then cut that out, placed it on top. I was essentially creating stickers with each element, and it also made it very easy because I could hover over and see where I wanted to place things down. I really love this combination. I mean, I always use primary colors in a lot of my illustrations and design, but specifically navy blue recently has been one of my personal favorite colors, and then combining that with yellow, I mean, I did do that for my Greece theme, so that makes a lot of sense as well. So the September calendar was up top, and then underneath is where I put my little actual Tamagotchi egg. Unintentionally, I feel like I drew it pretty close to like life size, so it's just so cute. I just love the little Tamagotchi thing that I drew. Maybe I'll scan it and then turn it into a sticker so that I could use it in future spreads as well. Moving on to the next spread, it's my monthly trackers, and for this I did want to make a full spread for habit trackers or a full spread for mood trackers, so I actually created half spread. I've only been tracking 3 main habits recently, so working out, taking my vitamins and my meds, and then drinking enough water. I've really been trying to increase my water intake a lot. Instead of creating a lot of mini habit trackers, I only did those 3 up top, and then below it I did my mood tracker. For the header title, I used that same blocky, quirky, you can see for the header title I used that same quirky, blocky lettering style that I used for the cover page. I drew the characters peeking out from behind the habit trackers, and then I also drew another character underneath for the habit tracker using the little thought bubble. Each individual symbol that I drew out with the different colors, like the heart, the flower, the little circle, represents a different mood, and then it'll all kind of come together within that thought bubble. Throughout this setup, I actually loved doodling the Tamagotchi characters because a lot of times when I was looking up the Japanese illustrations, they were really loosely drawn or drawn in different ways throughout the years, so there's not really a perfect way to draw the Tamagotchi, so they always kind of look a little funky and cute, and that's what I loved about drawing them. Spread that I did is the last spread of the setup. I know I only did 4 pages this setup, but I've really just been into cute yet really space efficient bullet journal spread lately, so this is my weekly spread. It's only on a single page instead of a double page. I used that same navy blue paper all over the page for this weekly spread. I think it also separates the left side from the right side really nicely. Once I glued that navy blue paper down, I realized that the boxes are perfect for my weekly events boxes, and this was essentially a layout that I was going to create anyway, so those boxes are just kind of there and perfectly sized for that. If you guys have seen my setups recently this year, a lot of my weekly spreads have just been a cute little weekly events box at the top for me to write down overviews, appointments, stuff like that, and then a rolling to-do list underneath. Instead of drawing boxes, I just used that grid. I used some yellow stickers that I had to mark out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It worked out so well because I didn't need to draw any boxes at all. I also cut out a white rectangle of dot grid paper to use as the rolling to-do list underneath and decorated that with my washi tapes and my lettering stickers. I'll link where all my stickers and washi tapes and stuff are from down below in case you guys are curious. And yeah, I also just drew out all the Tamagotchi characters, cut those out as well. This was truly a hack for this month because I could just doodle all of these things on a separate piece of paper and then figure out where I wanted to place them afterward. Also just rifled through my little sticker collection to see if there were any stickers that fit the vibe, and luckily I had some rainbow stickers, so I included those all over the place as well. This weekly spread turned out so cute. It's actually one of my favorite weekly spreads that I've made in a while, and just seeing my little Tamagotchi characters, it fills me with so much joy. Alright, so here's the final flip through of my September bullet journal setup inspired by Tamagotchi. It's so nostalgic. I love it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me set it up as well. I truly can't wait for next month and the month after. I think finally everything's gonna come together and you guys are gonna get to see what I've been working on for the past year. And as usual, here are some of your recreations, doodle planner spreads, all of that from last month. If you guys want to tag me in them, you can do so. And I will talk to you guys in the next one. Alright, keep doodling. Bye!